there's no I in Evan, is there? Well, apparently there is. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. The tingles. Ooh, that water bottle's all wet. Last time, I concentrated on this book, but not tonight, or today, whatever it is for you. There is something I'd like to share with you. And I hope it provides some tingles. And it is this. So believe it or not, when I was in Ohio for a month in July for my mom's celebration of life, I was at her house with her husband, my siblings, my nieces and nephews, and we came across this book that I told everybody I wanted. My mom has had this her entire life, really. So she created this when she was a little girl. My mom was really into art. She painted. She was an incredible interior designer. And she went to Ohio University, the same university I ended up going to, and she studied art. But this book I'm going to share with you, she created it when she was like, I think it was, she was 12 years old. You know, pictures like this. Because she was exploring hues. This was for color. Here's a value chart. It says white, highlight, light, low light, middle, high dark, dark, low dark, and black. Intensity. It's kind of hard to show you. sky. Green is refreshing, tranquil, neither exciting nor subduing. And a picture of the living room. So yeah, she loved, we always lived in houses that she made so beautiful. Look at this picture. 1956 home decorator. How to paint. So 1956, 10 years before I was even around. If that doesn't look like the 1950s, I don't know what does. And this is from Lima, Ohio, 211 West High Street. It says phone number 3-4640. Yeah, that's before they had, you know. What painting a room can do for you. And all these pictures of ladies, because they were the decorators of the home back in those days. And these pictures are just so beautiful. You know, mid-century design is now popular, right? A lot of people are putting in mid-century credenzas, couches, and all sorts of things. And in a little while, I'm going to show you a couple pictures that she created and painted herself. Oh, wow. Really, really, really interesting because, again, these pictures people are doing in their homes now, mid-century. Of course, that means the 1900s. Shh, relax. Truly amazing. So she was born in 41, so 51, 52, 54, 5. She was 15 years old putting this together. And the reason why I wanted this, yeah, it says May 25th, 1956. Oh, and then a lot of this is her handwriting. Things that she created. Lettering. And her school teacher put, "Your book was a pleasure to read and grade. I hope your interest in all art grows and that all your work will be as well done and completely done as this was." What a wonderful thing. That teacher gave my mom hope, right? To continue her talent. And she wrote all of these things on these pages. Her name is here, which I won't mention, but yeah, truly amazing. I will cherish this. And then different styles of art that she put in here as well. Her writing, her handwriting, I recognize even when she was a little person, a child. Okay, but here's what I wanted to show you. Two items that I will end this video with. She created these two pieces of art. Her name is on the lower right, and it does say 1958. She drew what looks like pencils. 1951 Plymouth. So I don't know much about cars, but this is a red 1951 Plymouth. And it says next to it 1958, my car. So I remember the story now. So when my mom, I think, turned 16 years old, she could drive a car, and her stepfather bought her this 1951 Plymouth. And she drew it. This may have been the tree right outside of their house. I know she was very proud of that car. So I'm going to frame this picture, as well as this one that she created as well. I don't know. It's a boat in a harbor. It just says her name, August 1956, 14 years old, she says. Yeah, it says right that on the back. Obviously she had it up on a wall or something. So this is a boat, I guess, in a harbor. So I don't know, I might frame these and put them over here. I don't know. I may change the whole style of my place anyway. One thing I've always wanted to do is a condo redesign. Like, completely get rid of everything I have, because everything I've had, or I should say everything I do have, like my couch, the chair, everything I've had for a long time. So I really like mid-century design, like in those photos. So I might redo the place after it floods, or maybe before, or if I get a new place. So the possibilities are endless, you know. You have to look at your life as a page in a book, you know. Like I shared in the last episode, and, you know, looking at something like that. You know, my mom had so much talent and interest in design, and I think she passed that on to me, because I like it as well. And again, I know sometimes people do little things to a place, you know, to redo it, to make it look fresh and new, which I've always done. But I may do a complete redesign at some point. Maybe if I buy a new place, or if I keep this one. Anyway, I'm rambling at this point, but I hope you enjoyed this episode where I shared a little bit of my history with you. Hopefully you have things in your life that you cherish, that were given to you, or that you received after a loved one passed away. You know, keep those things close to your heart, and, you know, cherish the memories of people that are no longer in your life. So, with that, everybody, I think I'll go ahead and close out this episode. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.